What's up, guys? We're back giving you two different styles for the new Harsh Reality Pearl. Up first is Chad Lusche. He's going to be comparing to his original Harsh Reality and Altered Reality. Let's see what he thinks.
Alright, so the first few shots with the Harsh Reality Pearl is overall it's definitely a little bit slower and cleaner than the Harsh Reality was. Sorry, I mean the Altered Reality. It definitely pushes down the lane a little bit more. So talking with balls that I always drill and whatnot, I'm going to actually hit it with a light 1000, kind of break some of that polish to kind of get it to read a little bit earlier and be a little bit smoother in transition. So I'm going to use a 1000 grit pad. It's pretty fresh. I'm actually just going to kind of do it nice and lightly to just kind of crack the overall polish on the ball. The reason why I do this is any ball that comes out that's brand new, that has a lot of polish or a lot of shine to it, a lot of times doesn't pick up for me very well. So by just giving it just a little bit of a light break with the polish and stuff like that, I generally can get the ball to be a little bit more even, a little bit more predictable on the lane, especially on sport patterns. That last shot, that ball picked up and dug in a lot quicker than actually was anticipating. Going from the polish that was on the ball to basically the little bit of surface, that picked up easily about 10-15 feet sooner. So with that being said, I'm going to move in just a skosh with it and try to get the ball to kind of taper off a little bit. Of course, as we throw it more and more, it will lane shine back up. So 1000 might be a little too much surface. What I would probably do is I'm going to probably go to 1500 and just give it a light little hit with that. And then see if we can get it to kind of not want to dig in quite so much. So we got a 1500 pad here. We're just going to kind of go back over the ball like we did with the 1000. So the original Harsh Reality Solid was really early, really strong for me. I actually gave it a little bit of lane shine. So when we do the comparison with it, you'll actually see the Harsh Reality that has a little bit of lane shine, as well as it has a little bit of polish on it as well. So this is with 1500 hit on top of the 1000. Wow. Yeah, the definitely a lot more shape than my my other Harsh Reality. This is just overall a very big ball. I will say definitely gives me more reality, OG reality type shape thought process. A typical fresh house shot over here at that roll. Didn't really know what to expect with the new Harsh Reality Pearl. First couple shots that I threw with it definitely seemed like it wanted to scoot down lane a lot further than I was actually kind of anticipating. With that, I had to be a little bit softer, had to tighten my angles a little bit more. Even with being a heavier rev player and a more forward roll player, I did have to get myself further right to kind of get the ball to shape continuously. Once we got in a little bit, I did hit it with a light 1000 surface, where the ball actually grabbed much earlier than I anticipated with that. Basically, I had to chase it way left. I did go on top of that 1000 with a 1500 pad, and during that 1500 pad, I moved myself 18 left, and you get to see the shape. It still stores enough energy with the polish that is still on the ball, but it was smooth, predictable, controllable, and it definitely went through the pins in the right direction. So right now I'm going to actually compare it to the Harsh Reality Solid. When I first threw that ball fresh out of the box, it was actually very strong. Haven't really had a chance to throw it on a lot of conditions. I did take a little bit of sheen polish, a rough buff on top of it, a compound polish, to kind of give it a little bit of shine, and then I cracked that as well. So we're going to compare what it is from the Solid with a little bit of rough buff and sheen with some lane play to the Pearl that is fresh out of box with a light 1500. Just got done throwing the Harsh Reality Solid with a little bit of lane shine and rough buff on it. As you saw, the ball was much slower than the Harsh Reality Pearl as far as shape-wise. Definitely got a little bit slower down lane, and it didn't quite make the corner the same way that the Harsh Reality Pearl did. So with that being said, definitely would not be the right ball as far as lane play and stuff. But right now we're going to go into the Altered Reality, which was a Pearl version of the Reality back in the day, and we're going to do some comparisons with that. So just got done throwing the Altered Reality. The S84 cover stock, you can definitely see, was a lot slower as far as wanting to pick up on the lane. Definitely not as much shape overall than the Blend 902 Pearl on the Harsh Reality Pearl. With the Altered, basically it forced me to get a little bit further right and kept my angles a little bit tighter. Again, was one of my favorite balls for sport patterns, but you could definitely see the strength differences between the two balls. So as far as the Harsh Reality Pearl, I'm going to actually give this the nut. The reason is basically with the Reality, the OG Reality and the Ultra Reality, those were two of my favorite balls of basically all time. Multiple patterns, whether it be house, whether it be sport. But I definitely see some comparisons with the Harsh Reality Pearl, but I also feel like this will be a ball that I can throw on a variety of patterns, whether I'm a tweener, a stroker, or a cranker. I definitely feel that this ball will match most styles on any lane of play.
Up next, we have a really talented female player in Virginia Young. She's going to be comparing to her Violent Collision and Zen. Let's see what she thinks.
So I just got done throwing the Harsh Reality Pearl, brand new ball from 900 Global, and this ball's gonna strike a lot. It really reads the lanes really well for me. It doesn't jump off the friction. It's everything I want in a Pearl. It's readable, it's very controlled, and I feel this ball is gonna be a ball you can start in, and also a ball that you can probably get into when the back ends are starting to show a lot of friction, because it really should help control those back ends. I've only thrown a couple shots with it, but I'm thinking this ball is something special. So we're gonna do a little experiment now. We're gonna see is it the lanes? Is the ball really just this good? So I'm going to grab my DV8 Violent Collision and see how the two compare. So we just got done throwing the DV8 Violent Collision, and what I saw is that the lanes aren't hard today, but they are a little tricky. There isn't a lot of room. With the Harsh Reality Pearl, I was able to miss a little bit right and the ball really recovered. With the Violent Collision, I felt if I had that same miss, it wasn't going to recover the same way, so I really had to keep my angles in front of me, which I'm okay at. So if I were to have to pick between either of these balls for right now on this lane, I would still be leaning towards the Harsh Reality Pearl. So this has me thinking, you know, how does this ball compare against one of my favorite benchmark balls, which is the Zen? I like to throw the Zen in almost any situation. I can see it really working well. So this is going to give me a good idea as to, you know, is it the lanes? Is it the ball? Is it me? So I'm really excited to be able to compare this ball to the Zen. I just got finished up throwing the Zen, and I did have to make a move on the lane in order to get the ball to read where I wanted it to. Just felt like it was burning up a little too much, and if I got it right too soon, the ball was hooking immediately. So I just made a little move left, softened up my hand a little bit, and was able to get it out to the friction but still let it recover. So I had to do a little bit more work to get the Zen into the pocket as consistently as I had to with the other two balls. So after throwing all three of the balls today, I'm gonna give the Harsh Reality Pearl a rating of nuts. I think this ball is going to be very versatile. I can see it, again, I might start with it in league. I don't think it's going to be too big of a ball for a league pattern, but I see it coming in handy on, you know, a little bit of those longer patterns, maybe in the burn side of it, when I want something clean through the fronts, but is still going to give me that room down lane that I'm looking for.
We hope you found this video useful. As always, if you like videos like this, make sure you hit subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.